It's time to escape that 9 to 5 mindset. You need to understand a few things. If you watch this channel, you know some of what I'm about to say. If you don't watch this channel, then this is a good day for you to learn these things, and that is this: no job is safe and secure. We must never forget that under any circumstances, or any jobs, not under any circumstances or any jobs safe and secure. There's no such thing. Yes, I knew that was true, for your parents, for your grandparents, but hear me out, it's just not going to be true for you. It's just not something you're going to experience. Technology's moving too quickly. People are moving too quickly. Skill sets are moving too quickly. Companies are moving very quickly to cut labor costs, to cut expenses. So to me, this is the great, because people always ask, like, are we in a recession? Well, if you want to, well, I guess a recession is personal. Some people are in it, some people aren't. I just don't volunteer to be in one. But if you look around, you see all the layoffs, the companies that are laying people off by the masses, huge numbers, closing departments, closing businesses, closing, towers that were once full of 1,000 workers. All these people have been sent home to look for new jobs. That's who you're competing against. That's why you need to understand that no job is safe and secure under any circumstances. Also, you need to understand that if your paycheck is your only source of income, that greatly limits you. That's why I always tell you, you should never, ever be limited to only one source of income. You should always have more than one source of income. What's up to everybody in the chat? Welcome to the channel. Hit subscribe, hit thumbs up. I'm the Middleman CEO, Shon-Jhon, and today we're just having some real talk about the economy. More importantly, your personal economy. So understand that the rules of money have changed. Understand that the things that you were taught about money no longer apply. Understand that, people are out here willing to do anything just for a little bit of money. So times have changed, things have changed, people have changed. It's desperation time. You never want that word desperate to be attached to anything that you do or have to do. So just understand where we are economically, and then look at your personal position. Where am I in this rough economy? Where am I, and where am I headed to? So don't trust your job. Don't have your paycheck as your only source of income. Those are big, I could say new rules that you need to live by. So I'm sitting here charging a Tesla, so I got a few minutes. Looks like maybe just a few minutes left and we'll be charged. So one of the things, because people always ask me about these Teslas and these EVs, I would never buy another one. They are very, very inconvenient. You can charge them, sure, you can charge them at your house. That's going to cost a bunch too. It's just going to run your electricity bill up, so it doesn't really save you any money. But I'm not into the EVs. I don't like spending 30-40 minutes trying to find or being plugged up to one. And then if the plugs are full, you got to wait. I take gas engines any day. So it's just me. You can do what you want. I'll take gas any day. This is probably the last electric vehicle we'll ever own. So, anytime soon. By the way, if you have any questions or comments, you're welcome to drop them as I go through this video. But I always tell you guys again, you always want to have more than one source of income. How many do you recommend? I recommend a minimum of 3. And it doesn't have to be anything ridiculous, just another way to make money. Like, for instance, this YouTube channel doesn't pay me much money at all, but it does pay me a little money each month. So that's a source of income. If it pays me a couple of $100, that's a source of income. So don't shy away from any sources of income. The goal is to get you to establish the habit of making money when you're not at work. That's the goal. So hit subscribe, hit thumbs up. Welcome to the channel. So your 9 to 5 is not safe under any circumstances. Also, never have one source of income, because that's too much like having none. If anything happens to that paycheck, you could potentially lose everything that paycheck pays for. Number 3, don't stack money in banks just for the purpose of stacking it. Don't leave money in the bank account just to leave it there. If you do that, Your money's going to be used by the bank to make them wealthy, and it's going to keep you poor because you still haven't figured out what the banks have figured out, that money sitting in a bank account means you're out of business. The banks know that if they just save your money like you think they do, they would be out of business, so they don't do that. What do the banks do? They use your money so that they can make money. Then they pay themselves, put your money back, and repeat the process. So they essentially sell that they can make like there's 100% markup on bank money. You know how I know? On loans and whatnot. Because the banks don't pay any money to get the product. So when you bring $10,000 into the bank account, the banks can multiply that $10,000. Like in one of my accounts, there might be 100 and I don't know, just last time I looked, might be like 100 and I want to say 135,000 in one bank account. So that 135,000 can give the bank, let's just call it 100,000. That 100,000, the bank can multiply it by 10 and create $1 million worth of credit. Yes, they can do that. That's how the banks make money. They can multiply the money. It's called the fractional reserve. We're not going to get into that, but on your own time, go look it up. Banks can establish 10 times credit based on what they have in reserve. So, and they're not required to save your money. That's not a bank requirement. That's why often when you go there and ask for, hey, give me, $10,000, the banks would often tell you, come back later or come back the next day, or they don't have it. Because the banks are not in the business of doing what? Saving money. If you understood that, you would change the way you operate. So if you're going to save money in the banks, I'm not telling you not to. I'm just saying that if the purpose of you stacking money in the bank is just to leave it there, then you're going to be shocked when life and time shows up and take all of it away from you. Life and time is just going to take that away. Life and time, yes. Life and time is just going to eat away at that bank account until there's nothing left. And you're going to go, what the heck happened? Life and time, a bill here, a bill there, a night out here, a vacation there, gas prices up here, food prices up there, paycheck short, supplement it with your savings, friend needs to borrow this, borrow that. All of a sudden, I'm just telling you, smash the thumbs up if you know what I'm talking about. Smash the thumbs up if you know what I'm talking about. All of a sudden that money's gone. That stash has dwindled down and you don't have much left. I'm telling you, it works that way. I've seen it too many times. So you got to be smart about what you do. You've got to understand that the rules of money have changed for you. That no longer can you trust that one job is safe and secure. No longer can you go all in on that one paycheck. It's probably not going to be there soon. No longer can you stack money in the bank and actually make money because the banks pay you interest. They don't pay you interest. The banks destroy your money by multiplying it. How do I know that? Because more money chasing the same goods equals inflation. Remember that word inflation everybody's been learning about since COVID? Well, the banks help cause inflation. I know you don't think about that. And I keep telling you guys that you keep thinking they're out here, people are out here trying to solve the inflation problem. It's not true. They are not trying to solve the inflation problem. If things have gone back down, why haven't the prices gone back down? I'm just telling you, if inflation was double what it is today just a year ago, then why isn't it reflected in the prices? Exactly. Because people are not out here trying to cut inflation. When the prices go up, it's the new price. The prices on homes doubled almost in the last 5 years. Guess what? It's the new price. It's the new price. Man, these houses are expensive. It is what it is. These house prices are not going down. I see all these videos, housing crisis in Texas, prices are going down. I'm looking around going, where? Where are they getting this information from? Well, they have 100,000 views, 100,000 people they lied to. Where? I live in Dallas. Where? Tell me where these crashes are occurring. Where? I'm looking around. I'm willing to argue that the crash occurred between 22 and 24. That was your crash. Where houses that were, 500 went down to 400, 450. That's your crash. They're not going much below that. People are already not buying. And this is proving that I was wrong. Because I said hey, the interest rates are not going to bring the housing market into a crash. People don't care. They're still going to buy. So what we need is less demand. And that's what I said like a year ago. I said, hey, less demand is going to crash this market. And guess what happened? People stopped buying. Even now, people aren't buying houses. But guess what the housing prices are doing? Holding steady. Even I was wrong. I don't even have an answer now for what we're seeing. I'm sitting here like, wait a minute. So for the past 3-4 months, there's been an all-time low on mortgage applications, but the market is still the same. I contend that the market was so overpriced, not even overvalued, overpriced, that even if it crashes, you still can't afford it. The average person still can't afford it. Even if that $500,000 home crashes to 4, which is a crash, it's a 20% markdown, people still can't afford it. So what are people going to do? I don't know. I'm sitting here telling you I was wrong. I thought because the prices stayed up when the interest rates came down a little, didn't change anything. So I was like, okay, it's got to be a demand thing. When people stop buying, surely they'll crash these prices. Guess what happened? Didn't happen. People aren't buying, and these prices are still the same. One thing you need to know, they're probably not going to talk about on other channels, but one thing you need to know is that inflation is not a bad thing for the asset owner. That's why I always tell you, learn the difference between an asset and a liability. Acquire assets, not liabilities. If you're going to acquire a liability, i.e. a house, a vacation, or a car, don't do it with your paycheck from your job, because it's going to require you to keep that paycheck for however long those payments are. Swipe that credit card, you take a $10,000 vacation. Okay, now you got to pay that $10,000 back plus interest. Now it's a $15,000 vacation. You're able to pay a little bit a month. What's that going to cost you? 5 years of your life to pay that back? Okay, you bought a car. 5-year payments. How do you pay it? With your paycheck. Okay, so you're paying, how long you have to pay? 5 years. 5 years of your life you just sold to pay that car off. I know you got to have it. I know. I'm just telling you to understand fundamentally from an economic standpoint what it is, what it really is. Call it what it is. Look, if they cheat on you, they're a cheater. It is what it is, right? So you got to buy that house. Okay, how long is that mortgage? 30 years. This is the conversation I have with myself. I'm just telling you how I think and how I talk to myself. How long is this mortgage? 30 years. Okay. How are we going to pay this mortgage? Well, we have jobs, my wife and I. Okay. So that means we need to keep these jobs for 30 years to pay for the mortgage, or we lose the house. Correct? Correct. Don't like that. I don't like the way that sounds. I don't like the way it feels. I don't even like the taste it left in my mouth. I don't like that. Pretty sour. We got to find a better way. Well, what's a better way to buy a house than with a paycheck? That's a great question. Now we're going to get the answer because we're asking the right questions. And now your mind will go, your brain, I should say, would go, now we want to get this house because we really like and really need it. There's nothing wrong with owning a house, but it is a liability, so we need an asset to acquire it because we don't want to pay for it with a job. It ties us to a job for 30 years. Don't want to work that long. Don't want to work hard that long. Don't want to work at a job I don't like that long, around people I don't like that long and who don't like me. So, can't buy it that way. How else are we going to do it? And that's when I came up with the formula, because I made this mistake last time. We bought a house with a paycheck, burned us out mentally and physically. But when we sold the house, we felt free, very free. And so, but I learned this by saying, all right, so if we want the house, fine. Nothing wrong with wanting and buying the house. The problem is how you're going to get it. So I was like, all right, we're not going to use a paycheck again. Can't do that. So we need a better way. How are we going to do it? Oh, we need to acquire an asset. Let that asset create cash flow and then use the cash flow to make money, ACL. Asset times cash flow equals liability. So acquire an asset. In our case, we created a middleman business where we book jobs for moving services. We don't actually do the moves. A moving customer reaches out to us. We take a $150 deposit, capture all their information, send it to a mover here in Dallas who's actually going to do the work, not us. We make $150 every time we do it. We do this three times a day. We make what, $450 without leaving the house, without doing the work. Okay, that's an asset. You go out and get a vending machine. Vending machine makes you $500 a month. Okay, that's an asset. See, use the money in your bank account to go get a what? An asset. Now you have an asset. Let the asset make money for you, and then use the money from the asset to buy the liability. The house that we live in and pay a mortgage on is still a liability. The only difference now is how we pay for it. Not with the job, not with the paycheck. What if I lose my job? Doesn't matter. Still keep the house. If I don't have a paycheck, we still keep the house? Yes. But what if you pay for the house with your paycheck from your job and you lose your job? Now you got a problem. Whole family's got a problem. But if you have if you have the cash flow from the asset, well, how much is your house? It's $2,500 a month. How do you pay for it? I have 5 vending machines. I have a middleman business. We make $2,500 in a week. That covers my house note. But what if you don't go to work? Doesn't matter. I don't need a job. I have a business. I have a side hustle. I have a cash flowing machine from my phone. That's why I love acquiring assets, letting it produce cash flow, and then using the cash flow to make money. To make money and to pay for the liabilities. Want to get a car? Here's a question you should be asking. Want to buy a house? What asset do you have that's going to pay for the house? Want to get a car? What asset do you have that's going to pay for the car? Get the ideas. Let the ideas buy things and not your labor. Don't tie your lifestyle to your paycheck. I'm telling you, it's a hard thing. All they have to do is decide they no longer need you, and it disrupts your whole lifestyle. It's a financial tsunami coming your way. Okay, this thing's almost charged. Says a couple more minutes. But smash thumbs up, guys, if you understand what I'm saying. Smash thumbs up if I'm doing at least a decent job of explaining this. By the way, for everybody who's new to the Middleman class, for everybody who just recently signed up, congratulations, you beat the deadline. We are going to be starting a waiting list because I'm getting a bunch of students. And because I like to coach one-on-one and do one-on-one mentorship and spend time with each student individually, to help you to get your business up and running and make sure you're making some cash flow so you can buy that house and that car. I spend a lot of time with you guys, and so, by the way, if you haven't set up your one-on-ones, as soon as you finish the masterclass, we start doing that. So reach out and let my assistant Cynthia know so she can get you scheduled. But for everyone who just got in, once you complete, because I've had a few of you reach out to me about getting the training, the one starting the one-on-one. The goal is for you to complete the course first, and then we start the one-on-ones once you understand how the industry works and how your business is going to work from your phone. So I appreciate all the positive feedback. I know you guys have seen videos of my students echoing how awesome the class is and how awesome the business blueprint is. So if you want to learn how to do that, my goal is to get your business up and running within 90 days, and then ultimately get you to cash flow in at least $10,000 a month. Every industry is different. Some students go to 10K really, really quickly. So essentially, you're going to book, deposit, dispatch. That's all you're going to do. You're going to book customers, take a deposit, dispatch the work. Then you're going to hire a VA who's going to take over all of that for you. Then you operate as a CEO. You don't have to touch the day-to-day. Do whatever you want to do with your day. You could even sit here with me in charge. I should start doing Tesla charging sessions because I got a lot of students here in Dallas. I should start bringing them on lunch with me and doing stuff. By the way, for everybody who's reached out who want me to come to your city, I'm thinking about doing a tour very soon where I'm coming to different cities and going to be teaching students and aspiring students how to build the middleman business in person. So if that's you and you want me to come to your city, Atlanta is one city I've gotten a lot of students and a lot of people to reach out. Drop your city if you want me to come there and teach a live class. If you would be there and I could come and teach a live class, drop your city. I love traveling. I love teaching the students. And if I'm there in person, boy, we could have a blast. So, all right, my time is just about up. Hit subscribe, hit thumbs up. Welcome to the channel. Again, guys, the fundamentals of money have changed. The rules of money have changed. I need to write a book about that. I just need to share that. Hey, listen, don't buy a few things. I could go on and on. Number one, don't worry about retirement. You're probably not going to experience that. Don't even think about that. Just enjoy life. Do what you love doing as long as you can do it. Don't worry about retirement. Let's make money until you die. No, that's number one. Number two, don't buy houses if your paycheck is the way you're going to pay for it. Just say no. Cybertrucks look like the trucks I used to draw in kindergarten. Anyway, somebody turned it into it. Elon, you owe me money. I used to draw this toaster box in kindergarten. So number three, never trust your job as being safe, secure. It's just not. Number four, hit thumbs up, guys, and subscribe if you understand what I'm getting, or if this makes sense to you. What am I on? Number three, don't trust your job as safe, secure ever under any circumstance. I don't care. Number four, never ever have one source of income and be limited to that. If you lose that paycheck, you could lose everything the paycheck pays for. If you want to know how devastating that is, sit down tonight at your kitchen table, write down all of your expenses, and as soon as you finish, write next to all of your expenses how you pay for them each month. And if the answer is paycheck, you got a problem. That's number four. Number five. What's number five? Oh, never save money in the bank account for the purpose of just leaving it there. In fact, don't even call it a savings account. Don't call it an emergency account. Don't call it a rainy day account. Don't call it any of that, because you don't want those stuff to happen. Don't manifest any of it. Tongue is a powerful tool. Don't manifest it. Here's what you manifest, what you're looking for. What is that? Call it a cash flow account. Call it an opportunity account. Call it a financial freedom account. Whatever you want to call it. Just don't call it savings. Don't call it rainy day. Don't call it emergency. I call mine an opportunity account because I'm always looking for what? Opportunity. That's what I want you guys to understand. So these things, if this video helps you in any way, do me a huge favor. Hit subscribe, hit thumbs up, and share with at least one person you know who could benefit from this. Just hit that share, copy that link, send that thing to someone else who could use this. For all my students, again, for all the new people who have enrolled, you beat the deadline. For everyone who's thinking about enrolling, my advice is to move quickly. How do you get into the training? Well, how do you get into or get access to the free training? Go ahead, the intro to the masterclass video, put the word middleman in the comments below, or you could just go and click the link in the video description below to get access to the live training, to the free training. Go quickly. Only a few people can be let in, because I can't take many more. If you don't want to be on a waiting list, then you need to move quickly. Put middleman in the comments. If you're sitting there going, I need to learn how to make money, hear you loud and clear, brother. I need to learn how to make money from my phone so I can take care of myself and my family. Put the word middleman in the comments below, or just go click the link in the video description below, hit enroll, go quickly. All right, I'm at 99%, so I assume this is about to end. I appreciate you guys so much for hanging with me and being a part of this, and I just hope that I said something that'll bless you and change your life. I just hope I did. So I just hope that you understand the importance of where we are economically today. I know we have a new president. Presidents can't get everything done. This is a volatile world, not just your world, but the entire world. Very volatile. Bitcoin's up 20,000, down 20,000 the next day. It's just, we're all over the place. What's going to happen next? I have no idea. I'm just telling you, be as prepared as you can. This life is unpredictable. I could have everything we have today and lose it all tomorrow. That's just how quickly this stuff changes. So, and I would go from doing videos like this and telling you guys how to change your life to working inside of this gas station, working 40 hours trying to take care of my family. I've done it before. I do it again. In here hustling, loving on y'all. From not able to do as many videos, but hey guys, listen, I'm still out here grinding. I'm just taking y'all on the journey with me. But ever since 2020, we've been blessed. Never had less than, I could say, we've never had less than 100 grand in our family, access to 100 grand since 2020. Not a whole lot of money, but feels good not to feel broke, because before that we were broke. We were paycheck to paycheck, and it was a struggle. And now we have the freedom to do the things we want to do. We don't do anything stupid. We don't buy Lambos or nothing like that. But having financial freedom is a good feeling. Having the money you need to do the things you need to do, especially when you have a family, is a great feeling. right? Not so good the opposite way. I've been the opposite way with kids. Not a good feeling. Utilities turned off. No power in the house with my daughter. She can tell you, not a good feeling. I'd much rather have money. Because people are like, well, you know, I don't want to really be rich. I'll just have enough. No. I want to be rich. There's nothing wrong with being rich. I want to have more than enough. I want to live in abundance. Abundance is more than enough. It's access to everything you need. Well, I don't know, man. That doesn't seem very godly. Then you need to go and read your Bible. Not only did Jesus feed 5,000, there were leftovers. That's abundance. When he placed Adam and Eve in the garden, he said, eat from every tree freely. That's abundance. When he did the parable of the talents, and the guys came back and one buried his, which proves that if you do nothing with what God gives you, he'll take it away from you. He took it away, and he didn't give it to the one who had the second most. He gave it to the one who had the most, which means he will reward you at the highest level. Which means the one who did the most with the money, the investment, was the best. He gave the money from the one who did nothing to the one who did the most, because he did what he was supposed to do. That's abundance. So stop being out here thinking that you're doing something great for the kingdom of God because you're struggling. God blesses his people. He's a king of abundance. He's not a king of lack. So does that mean God wants everybody to be rich? Of course not. But he does want his children to live in abundance, not have a need for anything. Everything's provided. So just understand that. I know one of his names, I don't know if it's 𝘮𝘀𝘀. One of his names mean provider, our provider. I don't know it offhand. I could probably look it up on this thing, but okay, battery almost full. It's been at 99% for a second. It says it's calibrating. So usually my wife gets to do this, but I kind of like this because it gets you away, kind of gives you some peace. I get to do cool videos. So if I do it again, I'll do a video. This video was live, so I don't know when you're watching it. So if you are watching it and you have a question or a comment, you need to drop it right now. If I see it live, I'll respond. I appreciate everybody who's on board. If you have a question or comment about finances or anything like that, drop it. Let me know. If you want to change your life and you're sitting there going, brother, say less. I know this job's not safe. This paycheck is not secure. It could be here today, gone tomorrow. I must find a way to make money when I'm not at work. I must understand how to get paid with no paycheck. Do I quit my job, Sean, to start a middleman business? No, of course not. Keep your job. I'll work with you on the side. Give me 90 days. We'll get this business up and running. But until then, try to keep your paycheck. Of course you do. And then after that, hopefully your business can grow very quickly and you can replace your income. So that's the goal, to help you build wealth without having to go to work, to create a sustainable business that takes care of you. Because once again, I've said it before, I've said it 1,000 times, I'll say it one more time. Your paycheck is not safe. It's not secure. Your job is not safe. It's not secure. Saving money in the bank just to save money in the bank is a terrible idea. Banks don't reward you. Banks don't pay interest. They don't give you anything to put your money there. They use it to make money for themselves. They pay you nothing. A better idea would be to not do what the banks tell you to do, but to do what the banks actually do. So that's my advice to you. I hope everything works out. I hope you guys have a wonderful and blessed day. For everyone who's ready to change your life, I'll see you in the training. Put middleman in the comments. Otherwise, click the link in the video description below to get in the seat that you need to be in so you can work with me in this training. All right, I got to go. I'm at the end, so my time's up. Your time is now. All right, have a blessed day. See you in the training. Don't trust these jobs. Don't trust them. Got to go, guys. Have a blessed day. Peace.